Hello, I'm backstage at the Crucible today, and what a rip-roaring start we've had to this Betfred.com World Championship. And the man at the centre of it all, as he's been so often in the past, Stephen Hendry, the 7 times champion of the world, who's appeared on this honours board more often than anyone else in history at this venue. But what an amazing build-up he's had to this year's event. He only qualified last Sunday, flew to China for a business trip Monday, came back Friday night. It's the new way, he said. You come to Sheffield the night before your event with no practice, jet lag, well, sleep is for wimps. Clearly, Stephen.
Had a year of qualifying, so I was used to it. I was used to the sort of mindset you've got to have. Just go there and win the match without, trying to play your best snooker. If there's one place I know how to win, it's here. There's no doubt about that. I've had a little bit different preparation this week. I've been in China all week playing pool, so it's probably not the ideal preparation. But I've come here the last few years having prepared really well and lost, so it might be the right way to go.
Absolutely fantastic! There's only one, Stephen Hendry, who said he's not the player he was. Absolutely fantastic!
When you get near that 147, when you've gone the 11 reds, 11 blacks, all right, the last 4 reds were in the open. Now it's a case of keeping your nerve. And if there's ever been a better sportsman, I mean at any sport, of keeping the nerve better than Stephen Hendry, I've yet to see them.
Once again, inch perfect.
Stephen Hendry is one of those players that always plays for 2 reds at a time, always gets high on reds to make sure he's not going to go in and out of balk or anything like that. Never once did he get in trouble. Undoubtedly the best positional player of all time.
What a performance by the 7 times world champion Stephen Hendry. Absolutely superb. He leads after the first 9 frames, 8-1.
Can Stephen Hendry go on to get to the semi or the final? Obviously on that form he can.
It's the big question. He hasn't been able to do it in the last few years. He gets a couple of rounds where he looks like he's back to himself, and then it's a false dawn.
After a scintillating opening day, this is how it looks. John Higgins scraped through in a decider against Wenbo late last night. Hendry needing 2 more frames this evening to make sure against Bingham. Real excitement ahead of young Luca Brecel's opening bow today. Graham Dott, Joe Perry not on the way till Tuesday. Another newcomer, Welshman Jamie Jones, gearing up for his first ever match here today. Stephen Lee's been well backed after a quite superb 3 months on the circuit. Bookie's favourite, Judd Trump, underway on Tuesday. And the Carter Davis match, the last of the first rounders to get going on Wednesday. Mark Williams renews his love affair with the Crucible against Liu Chang. Blockbuster tie between O'Sullivan and Ebden starts tomorrow. Ken Doherty's played well, still 5 behind though. The seeded Martin Gould in difficulty against Dave Gilbert. Jimmy White's pick this year, Ding Junhui, underway on Tuesday. China's Xiao Yupeng carries a slimline advantage over Mark Allen into today's session. Stevens in full play tomorrow morning. And the world #1 Mark Selby's got a tough one against the capable Barry Hawkins.
Well, it was a fantastic opening day's player of the World Championship, and I think it belonged to Scotland.
Undoubtedly. I mean, I think in my humble opinion, probably the best first day we've ever had, and obviously Hendry's the talking point, isn't he? Wasn't it fantastic? I mean, like everybody, all the eyes on him. How's he going to perform? He hasn't really been at the cutting edge, and he comes out as a slight underdog, I would imagine, against Stuart Bingham, and just outplays him totally. First couple of games he was shaky. I was actually commentating another game, but keeping one eye on that match. I know it's unprofessional, but obviously when Stephen Hendry, the king of the Crucible, was playing, you want to watch him. And of course it got to the situation where the maximum chance was on after 4 reds. I thought these balls are perfect. On the strength of that, you would expect Stephen Hendry to get over the line in this match. Do you think he can go the distance now? Well, I think my heart would like him to go over the distance, but my head's telling me probably not. I mean, the thing is that Stephen, unfortunately, like we all do when we get older, you start missing easy balls, and at the end of the day, in the heat of the competition, especially at the Crucible, you can't afford to miss too many easy balls. Well, the defending champion John Higgins was under a bit of pressure last night, wasn't he, against Liang Wenbo? He wasn't in top form, neither was Wenbo.
both of the players missing lots of long shots.
The key at the Crucible is obviously the long game has to be at tip top, and both Wembo and Higgins, as you rightly say, missed oceans of long shots. And of course, at the end of the day, if they continue to play like that, now John Higgins has won, he'll struggle a little bit, but you know that the champion's going to come on from that run, as it were. And I was a little bit disappointed for Wembo because he really dug very, very deep yesterday and played very well.
He missed that awful yellow, doesn't he?
Under pressure here, I mean, you never used to twitch under pressure, but everybody else twitches under pressure. Here at the Crucible, it is a place where, you know, you get found out, and Wembo, unfortunately, the pressure got to him on that yellow.
Well, it's been a fantastic first day. Let's hope it's the shape of things to come.
Absolutely.
They call him on fire, Stephen Maguire, and something's lit his fuse this year. Great recent form. The Scot warmed up nicely for another assault on the title. But ambition burns brightly in his opponent too. Belgium's Luca Brecel, about to become the youngest ever to feature here. The combustible Ulsterman, Mark Allen, was in a tight spot in his opening session yesterday, 4-1 behind, and he pulled it back to 4-5. So quite a finale in prospect against China's 21-year-old new boy, Xiao Yupeng, in what's his first match in the telly stages of any major ranking event. And former world champ Shaun Murphy starts his bid to become a multiple winner of the title against the third of the Crucible debutants, Jamie Jones of Wales. Get in contact with us, please. snooker@bbc.co.uk by email or on Twitter @BBC Snooker. Any burning questions on your mind, we'll ask our experts. And if you want to see Stephen Hendry's latest maximum, it's available in full on the website, bbc.co.uk/snooker. Amazing start yesterday. 7 centuries, including a 147. More centuries made on the opening day here than in the entire 1977 championship, the first time we were here at the Crucible. Mind you, 77 must seem like ancient history if you were born in 1995, like Luca Brecel of Belgium, who at the tender age of 17 years and 45 days becomes, today, the youngest player in history ever to feature at this venue. After 4 qualifying wins, including an impressive 10-8 victory over Mark King, here comes Luca, the first Belgian ever to qualify for the Crucible.
It's always been a dream to play at the Crucible. I'm looking forward to it. It will be a new experience.
Johnny come lately, the new kid in town.
Ja, er is wel een beetje druk.
There's going to be some pressure, but I know I can handle it. I don't feel stressed during matches. It doesn't really affect me.
Luca hails from the former mining town of Genk in Belgium and has been setting snooker records for most of his young life.
His progress to date has been pretty meteoric. We've seen that he's made over now 60 147 breaks in practice. He's made over 60 competitive century breaks. Under 19 European champion and youngest ever European men's champion.
He is a really calm and cool boy. I think that most boys of his age would walk around with their head in the clouds. Luca just isn't like that. He is very easy to get on with. It all started for Luca while we were playing pool on holiday. When we returned from our vacation, the two of us would then go to the snooker club every Saturday. And that's when he began playing snooker seriously.
From the first beginning I was impressed by his talent, and we got to work together, and it's almost a miracle the way and the progress he's made on these years.
When you start to produce results, people expect more and more and more. And of course, Luca coming from a country like Belgium, which doesn't have a big history in snooker, you know, the expectancy on his shoulders is going to be quite big. If Luca Brecel continues to improve in the way that he has improved so far, I can see him reaching the very pinnacle of the sport. And of course, his goal is to become the world professional champion, which I absolutely believe that's possible.
And as Luca makes his debut, his opponent Stephen Maguire makes his 10th appearance at the Crucible. Best progress to date, a semi-final appearance 5 years ago, followed by 2 runs to the quarters. Disappointing first-round exit last year in a final frame decider against Barry Hawkins. Well, we were all intrigued when these two entered the arena at 10 a.m.